If you watched my African bushcraft video, then you know that it rained and you know that my tarp leaked on the seam. In this video, I'll be sealing the seam with Coghlan's seam seal. I started by putting some plastic down on our dining room table, and then I pinned the tarp down, stretching the seam as much as possible to get it flat. Using some alcohol wipes to clean the seam of any oils or dirt that might be on it so that the sealant can stick to it. Then, with my wife's help, we're putting down masking tape about 15 millimeters each side of the seam. Masking tape is probably not the best thing to use, as I found the sealant leaked under it and spread further than the 30 mils or so we wanted. As I mentioned, I'm going to be using Coghlan's seam seal. I got it from Outdoor Warehouse for 99 Rand. Didn't come with any instructions at all, so I'm kind of just winging it. Firstly, you have to remove the little foil seal that's blocking it. Put the brush back on. This is my first time doing it, so I wasn't really ready for the amount that came out. Probably put too much on in the beginning. Slowly I got better at it. The full bottle, a lot came out, just be aware of that. Using the brush to brush it on evenly, trying to fill the gaps on the stitching, and especially on the edge where it lifts, I try to get some in there. Trying to spread it out as a lot came out, and in some places it pooled up. So I'm just using the brush to try and spread out the pools a bit evenly across the seam. The packaging is covered in warnings, so I'm using gloves to keep any of it getting onto me. As I come back, I've closed the valve on the bottle and I'm just using the brush to try and spread out the sealant evenly, especially in the pools where a bit too much went on. Remember to rinse off the brush so that the sealant doesn't dry on it. After half an hour I removed the masking tape. I didn't want it sticking to the tarp. You can see part of it's still raised. I may need to do a touch up over there where the seam is raised. And you can also see where the sealant leaked under the tape, so masking tape was probably not the best option here. I've left it to dry for 4 hours. On the end where it went on a bit thicker, it's still tacky to the touch. In the middle, it's dried with a white colour. Maybe it's because I didn't shake the bottle enough. So give the bottle a shake before you use it. Down towards the end where I managed to get it on a bit thinner, even though it's seeped under the masking tape, it's dry to the touch. I'm going to leave it overnight to dry. Okay, it's time to test the seal. I'm setting up the tarp in a level position, tying the 4 corners up. I sealed the underside of the tarp, so I'm setting it up with that on the bottom. The top now tied up with all four corners level, it's time to start the test. With my wife's help, I'm giving it a good soaking with a hose and creating a little pool in the middle that I can use to test the seam. Okay. I've left a pool of water in the middle that I can move around to test the seam.
Maybe you need to seal it on both sides. No, Inge, nein, Inge.
Oh, it is leaking a little bit there. Drain the water out and just check the bottom one more time. So I've identified where the leaking part is. I'm going to touch it up with a bit more sealant and that should stop any leaks. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and got some value out of it. Cheers.